So the Liberal Public Safety Minister wrote a letter to allow a terrorist into Canada. Canadians cannot allow this type of behavior in our country, let alone in our government. I don't know if having a law that politicians should be born in Canada would help, but I'm sure it wouldn't hurt. Why is it always liberal laws and liberal politicians that make our country worse? This guy needs to step down, now.
Gary Anandansangaree was sworn in last spring as Canada's Minister of Public Safety, in charge of the country's national security agencies. But court documents obtained by Global News reveal before he became Public Safety Minister as an MP, Anandansangaree wrote letters of support for a suspected member of a terrorist organization to come to Canada.
We have this egregious error on his part, a lack of judgment at a minimum. He should resign his post immediately.
Anandansangaree wrote these two official letters in 2016 and 2023 to the Canada Border Services Agency on behalf of Senthuran Selvakumaran. The Sri Lankan citizen previously admitted to officials in Canada and the UK that he was a former member of the LTTE, also known as the Tamil Tigers. The militant group fought for decades for an independent Tamil state, assassinating politicians and pioneering the use of suicide bombings, including on civilian targets. In 2006, the Canadian government designated the LTTE a terrorist organization. Selvakumaran said he was never involved in any violence and merely distributed LTTE propaganda. After his first immigration application was rejected, Selvakumaran then changed his story and claimed he was never a member of the LTTE. His lawyer said Selvakumaran made a mistake well over 2 decades ago and claimed refugee status in the United Kingdom based on a false story of relatively low-level involvement with the LTTE. But Canadian immigration officials concluded he had protracted involvement with the group for 7 years in the 90s, at a time when the LTTE was heavily engaged in the commission of terrorist acts. As a result, his applications to immigrate to Canada were rejected 4 times between 2005 and 2024. In his letters, Anandansangaree urged officials to overturn those rulings. He noted that Selvakumaran married a Canadian in 2005 and they have a young child. Separating the family for such a prolonged period of time is rather cruel and inhumane, Anandansangaree wrote. Anandansangaree also reiterated that Selvakumaran's claims of affiliation to LTTE was erroneously made. He was wrongfully counseled by his legal representative to lie. But immigration officials didn't buy it. Those same border officials who rejected the applications now report to Anandansangaree in his role as Public Safety Minister.
He's undermining national security by calling into question the decisions that they make to try to prevent people who may pose a threat to public safety or national security from coming to Canada. And now he's the minister.